Welcome back to this episode of 164 Revival. I'm Jeff. In this episode, we're going to tackle the Hot Wheels Red Line 6-shooter, and we're going to do it in a complete restoration, no customization, so let's get her taken apart. Well, I blew out the side on the engine. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to use the button head rivets when I put that back together. It should work just fine once we get glue down in there. It was pretty hard, even with it in the casting here. It also is what holds everything pretty much together like that. But it blew out, no big deal. No hill for a climber. And for the base, looks like they done one of the Matchbox tricks with a plastic banded suspension in there. This one is loose, but it's held in by this tab. It stretches it towards the back, rests against that. About like that. Keep that in place, and then it gives it a little bit of suspension on the inner two wheels. So I can take that out. What I need to do is I need to pop, these are the cap style wheels, and pop those off. Might throw it in Lime Away, just give it a good scrubbing. It's not too bad a shape. Now I'm scrubbing this down with a brass brush after it's been in the Lime Away for about 4 or 5 minutes, and then once I took it out, as usual, you got to rinse it off. You got to neutralize the acid of the Lime Away. So I'm just going to get this cleaned up and ready to do a little bit of a polish on it. And I really like this Flitz metal polish. I know there's other metal polishes out there, and probably some that's a little bit cheaper that work just as well, but I've got a tube of it, so I'm going to go ahead and use it. Use it till it's gone. And you don't really need a whole lot of it. It spreads pretty good. You also got to make sure you do cover and don't. I've noticed you don't want to let it dry, completely. You want to hit it wet, so don't put it on unless you're going to hit it with the Dremel and the polishing wheel right after you put it on, because if it does dry, then it'll just kind of fly off, and it doesn't really do much polishing action as it's designed to do. So that's kind of what I do, is get ready to polish, put it on, and get right after it with the polishing wheel. This dual engine, I also lima weight it. Put some flits on there. We're going to polish it up. And after about 20 minutes, with the flits on a couple occasions, I think she came out pretty good. Okay, now we're going to hit this windshield here. We use the Novus products here. I'm going to try the heavy scratch remover. Doesn't really have heavy scratches, but it's got some decent ones in there. So we'll try this stuff first. I've also got the fine scratch remover. We'll rub on this for a while. Get it to a nice shine, clean it up, and then dunk her into Pledge Revive. Get it looking brand new. We'll get these new snap-on red lines in there. I've got the chrome wheel. They're not deep dish or anything like that. Not too crazy about the deep dish. I mean, they're pretty cool, but. And then the separate axle that's goes in there. Let's see. Get that straightened out here. Something ain't right. There we go. Not quite sure why they did that way. Where that interior, the little bend back tab there, fits right over it. I mean, I know why they did it. I'm just not sure why they wouldn't just, well, probably because that rivet's too close. It'd be hard to get that without snapping the suspension mechanism there to get that axle in there. That's probably why. But got the wheels on her. Okay, the body is out of the stripper, and all I did was just scrub it down, get the paint off of it. And that body is, the zinc, the plating on there is perfect. Man, I can't wait to get some flits on there. Oh shit, look at that. Okay, I got this thing painted up. I painted it 4 times, and you can see kind of over there, got these lighter spots that kept coming up. I remixed, I cleaned it off, I degreased, I wiped it off, but they just kept coming back, and you can't really tell on the casting prior to paint, and I don't know about it being the actual paint, because I'd remix, and it's not happening like on the rear or on the sides. I don't know, but this is the best I could get it to come out, and it doesn't look too bad. So we're going to do an assembly and get this thing back on the road. All right, we got the glass in there. It's shining up pretty good. Can't complain. Get this interior. Pretty plain. Get that popped in there. Get the base. I got some fingerprint marks on there, but it polished up pretty good. We'll get this dude set in there. And then we'll get the engine. And what I'm thinking about doing is as we earlier showed there, the post of the engine comes through and keeps things together. Had a little blowout there, and I'm not quite sure. Let's see if a rivet will fit down in there. Yeah, rivet will fit down in. What I may do is just do rivets both, so I don't have a screw and a rivet. So I need to get into my box here. Got most of my red line wheels in here, and I've got some rivets, so let's get a couple rivets. We'll do some gluing. Go. The 6-shooter is a Hot Wheels casting which debuted in the 1971 Hot Wheels range of vehicles. It was designed by Paul Tam and was the first Hot Wheels car to have 6 wheels. Its low-slung front end is graced by softly sculpted fenders and a fuel filler cap. Past the long and wide cockpit canopy glass, your eyes are met with the 2 velocity stacked engines in the rear, sitting above the 6-shooter's 4 rear wheels. It was produced at the Hong Kong production facility between 1971 and 1972. All came with blue glass, although the degree of tint can vary. The glass is very exposed and is sometimes subject to scratches or cracking, and was subsequently been reproduced. Interiors could be found in white, silver, or dark brown. They also had tail lights, which were painted either black or red. In 1971, it was packaged on a California Custom Miniatures card with a plastic collector's button, and in 1972, it was packaged on a Drive-In Gear card without the button. It was painted in a small amount of Spectraflame colors, of which light apple green is the hardest to find and aqua the most common. Due to shade differences in the Spectraflame painting process, the existence of a Spectraflame gold version receives skepticism by collectors, as some believe it is merely a dark shade of the regular Spectraflame yellow rather than a completely separate color. It was also produced in Mexico by CIPSA, CIPSA. These versions are very rare and are usually found in poor condition. The 6-shooter has not been seen since its initial release, although a follow-up tuned version was created by Fraser Campbell in 2004 called the 60 Beast. The two other red lines that I have, which are the only two red lines that I've got, one of which is the Sweet 16 Custom Firebird without the hood. I do have the hood coming, so we're going to get that fixed up. And the other one is the Peeping Bomb, which I believe the front light mechanism is gone. And please also take the opportunity to check out a new group that I have joined called the Four Horsemen. We've got our first build coming up January 31st. That's a Friday. Participants in this is Diecast Graveyard, Diecast Show Customs, Outlaw Speed Shop, and myself, so stay tuned. And don't forget, the Mean 16 series continues with its next episode, The Dart. Thank you for watching. Please click like, go ahead and share and subscribe, and we'll catch you on the next episode.